In a world awash with noise, where likes, swipes, and fleeting validations masquerade as meaning, the intelligent man stands as a quiet storm. He is not the loudest in the room, nor the most eager to please, yet his presence is undeniable. He is the man women secretly crave, but often fear, not because he is cruel, but because he is whole. His clarity pierces illusions, his authenticity defies control, and his refusal to perform unsettles a society addicted to comfort. This is a call to men to embrace the isolating yet liberating path of selfhood, to reject the seductive pull of conformity, and to forge relationships rooted in truth rather than performance. You, the intelligent man, are not here to be chosen. You are here to be met. And in that uncompromising authenticity lies both your power and your solitude. The crowd is untruth, a sentiment Nietzsche amplified with his contempt for the herd's mediocrity. Society thrives on predictability, rewarding men who play scripted roles, provider, charmer, savior, while shunning those who dare to see through the charade. The intelligent man, however, is a heretic of comfort. He notices the transactional undertones in modern love, the curated masks of social media, the hollow promises of a culture that equates busyness with purpose. He is condemned to freedom, to define himself beyond the gaze of others, to choose his essence in a world that demands conformity. This clarity is his liberation, but it is also his exile. Jung's concept of individuation, the arduous journey of integrating the conscious and unconscious self, defines this man's path. He does not merely think, he excavates his soul, confronting fears, desires, and the lies he once told himself to fit in. In an age where algorithms dictate desire and attention as currency, this introspection is revolutionary. To see deeply is to stand apart, to become a stranger in a world of performers. Women do not fear you because you are cold. They fear you because you are clear. Your silence, your refusal to chase, your unwavering presence, these are not rejections but revelations. You expose the fragility of illusions, and in a society that mistakes predictability for safety, your authenticity is a threat. Modern relationships are a theater of performance, where men are taught to chase, flatter, and mold themselves into what is desired. The man who conquers himself rejects this script. You do not pursue women to complete you. You seek alignment, a connection that mirrors your truth. Sartre's concept of bad faith warns against living inauthentically, pretending to be what you are not to win approval. Yet the dating landscape, swipe-driven, instant and superficial, encourages exactly this. Men trade their sovereignty for validation, mistaking obsession for love, drama for passion. The intelligent man sees through this. He knows that love is not a transaction, but a meeting of souls, a mirror reflecting mutual clarity. Jung's anima, the inner feminine, offers profound insight here. To love authentically, you must first integrate your own emotional depths, not project them onto a woman to fix you. Self-love is not arrogance, but the bedrock of healthy relationships. It is the courage to set boundaries, to say no to what diminishes your soul, to walk away from connections that demand you shrink. The man women truly want is not the one who performs, but the one who is present, fully, unapologetically, himself. Yet this presence terrifies. Women conditioned by a culture that rewards emotional volatility may misread your steadiness as distance, your discernment as detachment. They fear you not because you lack warmth, but because your clarity demands their own self-awareness, a price many are unprepared to pay. To choose authenticity is to embrace solitude, not as a punishment, but as a crucible. Kierkegaard's knight of faith walks alone, not out of pride, but out of fidelity to his inner truth. No one, not a lover, not a crowd, can define your meaning. In a world where men measure their worth by external markers, status, conquests, approval, your refusal to play this game is a rebellion. You derive your identity not from being seen, but from seeing, and this shift unnerves those who cling to validation. The confrontation of your repressed fears and wounds is the heart of this journey. To become whole, you must face the boy within who craved approval, the man who once bent to fit in. This is painful. The long nights of silence, the sting of being misunderstood, the exhaustion of seeing what others ignore, these are sacred wounds. Nietzsche's call to become who you are demands you strip away society's masks, even if it means losing those who prefer the masked version of you. In modern life, where social media amplifies the herd's noise and dating apps reduce connection to transactions, this solitude is amplified. Yet it is also your proving ground. Your boundaries are not walls, but shields, protecting your soul. Your silence is not absence, but presence, a refusal to be summoned by every emotional cue. Self-love is the cornerstone of the intelligent man's path, yet it is often misunderstood. Society trains men to be stoic or charming, to suppress their depths or perform for applause. But self-love, as Jung teaches, is the integration of your light and shadow, strength and vulnerability, reason and emotion. It is the refusal to apologize for your intensity, your questions, your refusal to conform. Nietzsche's will to power is not about dominating others, but mastering yourself, channeling your energy into a life aligned with your truth. In relationships, this manifests as boundaries, not to reject, but to protect. You do not chase endlessly or beg for validation. You choose with intention, knowing that love is not a game, but a sacred act of mutual recognition. This redefines masculinity. The man women truly want is not the loudest or the most compliant, but the one who radiates quiet sovereignty. You are not here to be a puppet, a provider, or a performer. You are here to be real. And being real means walking away from what insults your soul, even if it wears the face of love. In a culture that equates masculinity with conquest or charm, your clarity is a rebellion. You do not need a woman to complete you. You seek one who meets you in your wholeness, who has faced her own fires. And if she is not ready, you walk alone, not out of anger, but out of alignment. Women fear the man they truly want because he is unplayable. You long for connection, but not at the cost of your integrity. Love freely, not as a slave to another's expectations. True connection begins within. Only a man who has integrated his depths can recognize the depths in another. The intelligent man does not seek to possess or impress. He seeks to see. This seeing, piercing through vanity, ego, and performance, is rare and unsettling. It demands presence, truth, a willingness to stand naked in one's authenticity. And for many women, conditioned to expect flattery or drama, this is terrifying. In modern dating, where confusion is currency and emotional chaos is mistaken for passion, your steadiness is an anomaly. You do not chase shadows or worship illusions. You observe, you discern, you choose. This selectivity feels like rejection to those accustomed to effortless adoration. But you are not cold. You are steady. You are not distant. You are deliberate. The woman worthy of you is not one who demands you perform, but one who sees your silence and chooses to stay. She is rare, not because women are shallow, but because authenticity is scarce in a world that rewards masks. And so you may walk alone, not because you are unlovable, but because you refuse to love inauthentically. The more you awaken, the more you will stand alone, This is not failure. It is the price of sovereignty. You are not too intense, too quiet, too much. You are becoming whole, and wholeness is a threat to a world built on fragmentation. Your clarity is a mirror, your boundaries a rebellion, your silence a judgment, not because you impose it, but because your presence exposes what others hide. Modern life will tempt you to shrink, to soften your edges, to trade truth for comfort. Resist. The algorithms of social media, the games of dating, the noise of the crowd, all are designed to keep you distracted, dependent, diminished. But you are not here to be a shadow. You are here to be a man who walks into the abyss of his own questions, who dares to face his potential, who loves with the ferocity of truth rather than the fragility of need. Women fear you not because you are unkind, but because you are unconditioned. You cannot be seduced by flattery, broken by rejection, or controlled by chaos. You are not predictable, and in a world that equates predictability with safety, you are dangerous. The leap into freedom is the moment you choose yourself over the crowd, truth over applause, solitude over shallow comfort. This leap will cost you illusions, relationships, the false security of being liked. But it will give you freedom. The freedom to love without losing yourself, to walk alone if you must, to know your soul is intact. You are not broken. You are becoming. And what you are becoming is a man who cannot be swayed by lies, not society's, not a woman's, not your own. In a world that profits from broken men, your wholeness is your greatest rebellion. So stop apologizing for your depth. Stop explaining your silence. Stop doubting your vision. You are not here to be palatable. You are here to be real. And in that reality, you will find not just strength, but peace. Not just solitude, but sovereignty. Not just love, but truth. Walk into the storm, brother. The world may not applaud, but your soul will roar. The woman who meets you there, in the fire of truth, not the fog of illusion, will not fear you. She will see you, and together you will burn brighter than any performance ever could.